Babylon Zool is raiding with 23 party peeps. Rock on.
Ho, 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 ho. Babylon Zool. Who would have thought? Hang on. Need to quickly finish up with it. I was actually just finished with the promo stuff. Okay, let me just quickly brush my hair. Oh boy. How'd you like the Transformers? Got a bit of a slideshow working. Just don't know if it's the entire gallery or only a piece. Ah, yes. I think VIPs can shout out, but obviously I can do that.
If anybody is in the chat, you know what to do.
Horror stuff.
Rob, get the clip. Get the clip.
What's going on there?
This aggression will not stand, man.
Man. Excellent. Wow. All right. Here we go. Does this still work? Hey. Oh, hang on. I forgot a very vital thing here. Ah, yeah.
Hey! Be a chat!
Hey!
Draconic Dude is now following.
Draconic Dude. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Babylon Zool and Raiders. So kind of you to raid. Thank you so much. So what I know what you were playing because I was there. But Castlevania, and you beat it. You just beat it. Ah, excellent. I just missed the end then. That's really cool. The Aria of Sorrow. Excellent. Was it hard? Was it doable? Was it easy? I've never played any of the Castlevania games. There's now a Castlevania collection on sale on the Switch eShop for like €1 or €2. And I don't know if that one's in it, though. Harry, I'm sorry, I'd have to look it up. You just do Crashervania for each Halloween. Crashervania? What's that? Anyway, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in with the raid. It's excellent. Got off to a flying start. That's sweet. By Star. Oh, it's okay. It's a song. Excellent. Cool. So what I wanted to do tonight is to see, maybe we'll play some Thief 2, but I don't know yet how far and how much time we'll have. Because about a month or two ago, a month and a half ago, my computer crashed. I booted it up one day, it completely froze, and nothing worked anymore. And I rebooted it, and it only booted up into the BIOS. So I checked the BIOS and I messed around with it a bit. And no matter what I did, every time I rebooted, it would not go to Windows. It would just go straight into the BIOS. So after trying several things, I thought, well, it's probably the hard drive then that crashed. I have these, what are they called? The kind of solid state drives in the PC. I don't have hard disks anymore, the old-fashioned ones. So I got 2 solid-state drives of 2 terabytes in the PC, and the one that had the Windows partition apparently crashed. So so I brought it in to the shop where I bought it like a year and a half ago, and they looked it over and they said, yeah, it's the disk. And late Ray Jabu, welcome in. And so they swapped it because I still had a warranty on it, and they swapped it. They installed Windows and everything. They kind of made it all ready to go, so that was good. But then, of course, I had to spend several days reinstalling all of my software for work and software for myself and OBS and mix it up, and all of that was gone. Now, I did fortunately have backups. But because new hard disk, new partitions, mix it up, and all the sound commands needed to be redone. But fortunately, the commands were still there. I just needed to tell it where the sounds were now on my new hard disk. Yeah, that rest in peace, that old hard disk. Yeah, and I lost a lot of stuff. Not important stuff, but like I had a whole folder full of games related stuff, like for my board games. People make like custom scenarios or custom player aids and all kinds of stuff that either were official or non-official, and I had a bunch of stuff. A lot of stuff for Hero Quest, for example. And I had all of that on my disk. That's all gone. But I did email the people from the store 2 weeks ago. I should follow up on that. About the disk. I said, well, were there still things you could recover from it? Because there's literally this one folder called games, which isn't video games, because I can just reinstall those, but it's literal, board game related stuff. And I would really like to be able to save as much of that as possible. So they said, well, we're doing some kind of deep scan program on it, and it's all getting restored, but it's really slow, and it's been going for a couple of days now, so we just need to let it go. And I haven't heard anything since, and it's been a couple of weeks, so I'm guessing it should be done by now, hopefully. So I'm gonna follow up and then see if we can save that stuff. But it's not vital. It's not. I have all of my photos of about 10, 15 years. I still have on my hard disk, because that was on the disk that's still good. I have that disk as a backup disk, and I have all of that on USB sticks as well. So that's safe. And I also, well, I didn't really lose any important documents or anything. So I'm good. I'm fine. I just had to set up OBS again. I could load in the backup, so that was relatively easy. Just had to update it here and there. So I hope I hope that everything works. I'm actually gonna, the point. Oh, I didn't turn on the redemptions. That's the only thing I forgot to do, because I turned them off because a week or two ago, 2 weeks ago, I went to a board gaming festival called Rock, Paper, Pencil. And, wait, hang on a second. Check, yeah. Rock, Paper, Pencil, where is that? That's community, right? No, it's not community. It's rewards. Rewards, channel points. Let me just quickly turn on the thing so you can say hi. I'm going to have a slideshow, and I got a posture check, and a hydrate, and the awesome, and the thumbs up. That's all there. We got this. We got space. We got the board game. We're going to check out some board games today. We got the jams. We got shoutouts, new sounds, Transformers. One sad thing, though, I lost all my progress in Magic the Gathering. So, well, that's a bit of a shame. And the VIP status. Okay, if you check the redemptions now, all of them should be there again. Yay! All of them new. Old and new. So, let me just, I'm going to just quickly test one. There you go. See if that works. Yeah, this trigger fire is an external site. That just keeps on going. So, really, you can see I have the extra cam here set up on my table, so I can put games on there and show you what I brought home from Spiel and from Spellen Spectacle, which is a Dutch convention in Utrecht that I also visited. And I think I also brought something home from Spellen Festival, which was a week before Spiel. So there's 3 bigger festivals. Well, Spiel is, of course, huge compared to the others. And the Rock, Paper, Pencil Festival, but that was mainly just reporting. So I didn't bring anything back from that. But it was a lot of fun. And I thought if y'all want to, we could enjoy watching some board games together. I'll just talk about them and maybe talk about the convention. I could actually also show you the video of the convention or just some pictures if you're interested. That's mostly just board games that you see. We can go through them real fast. But yeah, I don't know if you're interested in that at all. But I thought it would be fun to just have a look at the stack of games that I brought with me. And, a lot of them have a bit of a story. Because, yeah, you chat with those people and with the publishers and the designers. And you talk about your channel. And, that's to me, that's a lot of fun. I really like socializing with the board gaming community. And yeah, so let's you gotta get to cooking this bird. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, you guys got Thanksgiving over there, right? Yeah, so you're eating turkeys. Right, gobble gobble. Well, yeah, good luck with that, and have a happy Thanksgiving, and cheers. Tomorrow's Black Friday, right? Oh boy, that's gonna be. There are only two of us, so we are cooking a chicken, a mini turkey. But I have all of the fixins. Are you gonna stuff it? Yeah, I've had turkey, but not like that. Not like turkey on a plate. Barfcast TV, hey, welcome in. Hey, BJJ, I thought your title was hinting at you playing a Titanic game. It's been 84 years. No, it's just because that is a reference indeed. But it's been a long time since I streamed last because of computer problems. I had a crashed hard drive, and so I had to redo a lot of stuff, including my Mix It Up bot, and yeah, that's just took a lot of time. And I've got a full-time job, so I only could do bits and bobs in between here and there when I had time. So if I had a couple of days to just sit down and do all the things, I would have been up and running faster. But it's okay because, like I said, there's been a lot of board gaming conventions that I went to as well. So that also took a lot of my spare time, and that was a lot of fun. So I think I'll go grab some games and talk to you guys about it. And if you want to do something else, let me know. Just go ahead and tell me what you would like to see in the chat. I do have Thief 2 installed. And I have Guild Wars installed as well, Guild Wars 2. But we could continue with Thief 2, even though I did lose my save games from where I was. But we just, we ended at the start of the bank heist level, and there is a code, shortcut you can type to skip levels. So I could just start from the start, skip the 3, I think, levels we did, and just start right where we left off. So that's not going to be a problem either if we want to. So, all right, let me switch to the table cam here. Oh, right, and now you can see. You know what? I'll Can I put a little... Yeah, I think I can. Hang on. I'm going to improvise a little here. That's the one thing I didn't think of. I could do it there as well. I can actually show you some pictures. You know what? That might be fun. Pictures, not these pictures. I need the pictures from Spiel. And, well, I see it's like... I've got Games Festival, Spiel, Spell Spectacle, and Rock Paper Pencil. These 4 in the past 2 months. Start of the gaming season. I wonder if I can actually just put this up somehow. I think I can, right? Oh, that's not what I wanted. This is a slideshow, right? Yeah. Oh, how fast is it? Oh, it even zooms in a bit. With music? Well, I have music. I don't think you have music. Because it's desktop. No. Okay, good. It's crappy music anyway. I never knew. That's actually pretty cool. Well, these are games that I saw at those conventions. God, can I turn off that music? Yeah. Oh, here it is. Oh, you can choose the beats that you... Oh, that's so cool. I'm going to turn that off. So I can actually put on some music of my own. Let's see. This is... Or perhaps... You know what? I need to make new playlists anyway, because that's also something I lost, of course. So, new lists. I'm gonna add some sounds, some directories. What do we have? I think we had I had some music from some video games that are DMCA safe, royalty free. Let me just... Oh yeah, here's my music folder. Twitch, I guess. This is actually pretty nice. I like that auto slideshow. I've never seen that before. Never really tried. What would be nice to have? I seem to be missing the folder that I thought was here. I had some video game music. It's not there. That's unfortunate. I do have some arcade music, I guess. Let's try this. How loud is that? That's very soft, I think. Although... Oh no, there you go. That's good. Is that too loud? Is that good? Oh, that's not loud. Just very softly. Alright. Hey, that's me. Next. It also plays the videos. Okay. So that was all right. Okay. Wow, those were the pictures of game. There's Spiel. So yeah, it automatically also plays the videos then, I guess. One of the biggest board game dorks outside the place. Yeah. Did you see the vest? Got a lot of buttons on my vest. I actually got a lot of got several new buttons or pins to put on my vest. Did I have a picture of that? I do have a picture of that, but where is it? Let me just search. Oh, and I also met, I don't know if you know her, this is Bonsai Nader, who also streams a lot about board games, actually. And she was very nice. I had never heard of her. I didn't know. And we got to talking about a game that was there. Yeah, she's really, really cool. And she told me, hey, I stream board. I gave her a card. That's it. I gave her my card, and I told her about what I do, and that I make board gaming videos, etc. And she said, well, I make content as well. I stream on Twitch. I said, oh, really? I stream on Twitch too? Well, on occasion. So we exchanged information. I got her card as well, and followed each other. And it's really cool. And I sometimes catch the end of her streams when I get up really early in the morning, because she's in America, of course. So you got different time zones. But it was really nice meeting her, and I've actually caught a couple of her streams, and I follow her on Instagram too. So if you, you know, again, like me, if you like board games, I'm gonna shout out Banzinator. I hope I typed that correctly.
I'll start the fart.
That's not Banzinator.
I'll start the fart.
No, it is. It is.
Okay, I need to restart this.
But with long blonde hair?
Oh my gosh. I broke. Okay.
Must have been an old clip. Almost unrecognizable from that picture. Changed her hair. But yeah, she's also a board gaming content creator, streamer. Stite the fart? What? Anyway, so that was pretty cool. And I was actually looking for the vest. I met so many people. It was so cool. It's just so much fun. picture of that is. I know I have a picture. Anyway, maybe I should just play the video, I think, while I gather some. Yeah, exactly. No, this is half of it is video and half of it is pictures, and I worked all of those videos into the report. So yeah, there's some really cool stuff there. Too much, yes. Oh yeah, absolutely. I fill that SD drive with material, with pictures and with stuff. This was on a Dutch gaming convention at Spel Spectacle, which was also cool. You know what? Let's go through those as well. Slideshow play. Cool. So yeah, this was a game which is kind of like a war game on the table by these two guys. Was pretty cool. Smart games, really cool, funny puzzle games. They have lots of cool stuff. This is a trivia game from a Dutch publisher. I've got a review of that in Dutch on my channel, but it's Dutch. Pub quiz, same guy. It's mostly trivia games that he makes there. That's the dude. And he's got a beer game coming out, as you can see, which I will be looking out for. Which is basically a box with beer bottles, and this is the game on the back. These are some miniatures from the Arena of Baradum, which is a arena battle game, competitive, which looks like that. Real cool miniatures by a Dutch publisher, looked really cool. And yeah, it kickstarted, but it didn't fund. This is, oh, that was Dabula, which is a tactical abstract strategy. This is a card game that I also got. I got a copy to review. Plant your boom. Plant your tree. Or little plant tree. It's hard to translate. This is from a cooperative... And these pictures are a bit vague, sadly. Unsharp. Called Darien, I believe. This is just a shop that I took a picture of, or a publisher, because they wanted to work with me on how to play videos, which is excellent. Coloro played a demo of that. This was on Kickstarter. You can still late pledge for that one. Riverbed Hunt looked nice. Don't know, I haven't played it. But I took some pictures to share on Instagram to help those people out. No, they weren't actual military Echo Alpha. They were just... They did have a background in... I don't know. Not in aviation, but... I forget. Traveler's Tokyo's new game that's coming out. It was teased there. This is my loot, basically, from that convention. So I took home Herbaceous. Kaituas, that's Herbaceous. Got some new buttons for my vest. Got some miniatures for free by Silver Heron. They 3D print miniatures. Tucana Builders. Marvel United, Dutch version. Tribe. Some card games, Odd Shop, and If It Fits. And that's some more... Oh, Wednesday, there's a game coming out.
You have never heard the opera that tells the tale of our family's
Is it
house?
Kazandar? Of course!
Oh, McCool! Oh, McCall! Reshav tak yak bo edge glok bow! Goat poo!
Yes. Immediate glory to the channel. Welcome in, Kazandar. Excellent. Excellent. And did you know, Geronimo Games also, not what I wanted to say, but did you know that I am 9 subscribers away on YouTube of 2,000? So, everyone, go over to my YouTube channel and subscribe, okay? Asking you friendly. Hitster. Born to be alive. or to be alive. This is a music guessing game that I reviewed on my channel. And this game is excellent. You could unsubscribe, subscribe again. Yeah, that's not how it works, Kizendar. I'm sorry. Sadly. Well, no, well, not sadly. This is mostly video because we did a live stream there. The live stream is online, but it wasn't great. The sound was fine, but the video quality wasn't great because of the Wi-Fi there. I had a portable Wi-Fi enhancer with me that they gave me there to walk around the building, but it's mostly concrete, so the reception wasn't great, and so the image quality was pretty bad. So I shot a lot of B-roll here, some B-roll of games being played, to edit it into what I have of the live stream, and I will see when I have time if I can make an after video for that festival, you know, like shortened, like a 10 or 15 minute after video with some of the highlights. So that's still in the works. Don't have too many pictures of that. This is weird. This is rock, paper, pencil. And it has these pictures here. That's not right. What the heck? Because these pictures... Oh, I must have accidentally copied them from my camera. Because this is all... should also be here. Or did I take them with my... Because here, yeah, these are the same pictures. Yeah. The red chair. And it's 0708. Yeah. Okay, so these are doubled. That's my bad. These are not from this festival. Let me just quickly get rid of those. And yeah, this isn't. So those can go. Kapla! Yeah, this is all from, sorry about that. This can go away. So, okay. Rock, paper, pencil. So it's mostly video, but it was a festival about, there was one bigger room full of board games, and the rest was workshops.
Some tapper is taking whatever he pleases.
Oh no.
Keep alert.
I will. One bit, Dad, I want a transformer. Did it not? Oh, do I have TTS starting from 2 bits or 5 bits? Does that say? I literally can't remember. I thought I added at 1 bit, but let me see. Oh well, I'll check that later. I'm not gonna bother. So, Dad, I want a transformer. Gimme. Did somebody redeem? No, you just want a transformer. Well, I can understand. Actually, now that I think of it, I was working on a video showing my Transformers collection for Patreon supporters. I filmed the before when I had all the toys up there, and now I took a lot of pictures, and now I've got my masterpieces up there. So just masterpiece Transformers. Hey, Big V Streams, welcome in. And I still need to shoot some video of that, and then edit it all together into a video.
Tonics68k gifted a tier 1 sub to Echo Alpha _X5. They have given 14 gift subs in the channel.
Dude. Goof evening indeed, Tony. Welcome in, friend. You are so, I mean, you're so generous. Yesterday, people, I was about to start watching a movie with my wife, and she was putting our son to bed, and I thought, let's just pop into onto Twitch and see who's on, and Bennett's was on, and that's always a good time. So I went to Bennett's stream just to say hi, really. I just was there for a couple of minutes until my wife came in and said that she was ready. And in those few brief moments, Tony just gives me a sub, and he's such a saint. Bennett stream is dangerous. Yeah, exactly. High risk of getting sub there. Didn't even know you were there. Oh my gosh. I think you just came in, or maybe you were lurking. I don't know. But yeah, it's. Oh, and also, what, Tony? I like that you've been streaming a lot lately as well.
Yay!
Weren't you? It already said. Oh, it just you were continuously subbed, and you just shared that. That's excellent. Fantastic. Wow, 28 months? I've been streaming for more than 2. That's right. See, I forgot that a couple of, in August, I believe, I had my second affiliate anniversary. It seems like a year, and it's been 2. You are a streaming veteran officially over 2 years. Yeah, it's crazy how time flies, man. It's just. But thank you, Tony. Thank you so much. You're an absolute saint, and this is for you. Excellent. And welcome in everybody, Draconic Dude, again, and so yeah, I'm just gonna put on
Tonics68k gifted a tier 1 sub to Draconic Dude.
Thank you so much.
They have
sir.
given 15 gift subs in the channel.
15, that's a nice number. I'll drop by later, but I need to run and grab groceries for some friends. Have fun and happy Thanksgiving, I think, right? You're in the States? I wonder, that's just a United States thing, right? That's not something they do in Canada, I guess. Don't actually, I don't think so, right? I don't know. We all know Tonix's secret mission. 68k subs gifting all over Twitch because he's mad. Yeah, oh right, the 68k. It's probably not far off. It's very much a United States thing. Okay, yeah. Okay. I thought so. And I keep getting distracted. Where did I put it? Oh yeah, right. So all my pictures still safely there. And then specials and Spiel. Here it is. So this is a Spiel video. All right, is that loud? Do you hear that? You don't hear that. I don't think you hear that, right? How? Okay. How can I need to add a source for that. That's been a while since I've done that. An audio thing. What's the best way to capture the audio from the video player? I could do a window. Okay, so this is the media player. Okay, new. Yes, this one. Does it also have the audio? Let's see. So yeah, here's the okay. There it is. All right, it's a bit bigger than this, but I'll just overlap it a bit like this. It's okay. All right, just have it there. So now the question is, of course, does this have an audio source? I don't think it does. Or does it? Okay, testing. Can you hear this? Probably not. No. So capturing a window doesn't include audio, which I figured because it didn't show. Okay, so let me just get rid of that. All right, okay. I don't know, just like that, how that works. So I'm gonna do it differently. I'm just gonna improvise here. Gonna go to YouTube. Let's go to my channel. Board game Heaven Spiel 2 to 3. There it is. This you should hear. Nope.
Game Heaven. My name is Raymond. I'm at Spiel Essen 2023. I'm currently in Hall 1, where any moment now, a whole bunch of people, thousands of people, are gonna stream in and find their favorite games.
You heard that, right? Yes, we hear you. Excellent shit. Just do it on YouTube. But let me shout out Imicat, because shit, Imicat is here, and I'll do some shout outs. I hear you loud and clear. Alien. Excellent. Man, that game is still.
What am I supposed to do?
That actually gave me a bit of a jump scare there. Silence. For no flipping reason, does not want another sword to his multitude of swords. You have a multitude of swords? I got too many already? Is there a particular sword that you're looking at right now, or what? Why did you bring that up? Because swords are pretty cool. I don't have any, because that's, unless they're props, it's not legal here. I thought that was the main goal of the game. Getting eaten? Streamers have a tendency to give me swords without moderating. Oh, you're moderator in multiple. Would you like to be? If you want to shout people out? I mean, I only have a handful of mods, and Tony's that you get.
Tonics68k gifted a tier 1 sub to Imicat. They have given 16 gift subs in the channel.
It's music.
Thanks, Tony. Legend.
I hope it's not copyrighted music.
Or that it attracts the alien. Oh, excellent.
Hello, Lexi Milk, and a very fine welcome to the stream. A fine welcome? That's not a sentence.
Very fine welcome. I think that's fine.
Thank you for the follow, Lexi Milk. That is most appreciated.
And don't forget. Hey, listen. Oh, look at that. I saw that stream.
My name is Oh no. It again has this thing in the middle.
It's such a weird game. With the vector lasers. It's strange. But that looked I did like the look of that. So let's see who else is in chat who would like a shout out. I keep forgetting whether some people stream or not. Actually, Draconic Dude streams. Does it Echo? Do you stream? I see you everywhere, but I don't know if you stream yourself. Actually, your mic is a lot more silent than all the effects. Okay. Oh well, my mic tells me that it's in the yellow when talking normally, so it should be fine. I can turn it up. Oh no, I can't. It's in the max already. Like Amy can't says, but the sound effects are loud. Okay. So that is the mix it up overlay. No, that's the shout outs. Well, hang on. Let me give it tried something. So is this, for example, is that a lot louder than my volume, my voice? I think I can actually. Oh, right. I might not have I don't know if I have filter. Oh, I do have filters. So that was saved from the. A little, but not much. The sub alert, yeah, okay. But the sub alerts. Okay, let me see. Okay, so yeah, the mix it up overlay can be a little bit less loud. I can turn that down, and the sound source, mix it up sound source. But we got shout out guru. How were the shout outs actually? Were the shout outs on the same volume, or was that loud as well? Because I can turn down the shout out guru as well. Let's shout out Draconic Dude. Let's see if this is you know, if the volume of all of this is does Draconic Dude stream? I thought they did. No clips then. Bad example. Okay. And so what else do we have? No, these are stream elements events. Hey, super. Listen. Yeah, is my volume, my voice the same volume as it is now? I'm gonna say something soon, I think. That was you! God damn it! You got me. That's a bit low. Oh, I'm a bit low. Tools. Oh boy, how am I gonna boost my microphone? I'm still more silent. Yeah. Okay, so the microphone. The microphone. It's the correct one. Yeah. Because it's not picking up the audio from the Logitech, I hope. I can actually check that, I think. Yeah, no, that's the correct, it's the correct device. Where is the settings in OBS for my... It's been so long. You put gain on yourself in OBS? No, not yet. Or, I don't think. Getting audio levels right is always a pain. Yeah, I must have done it at some point, and then probably before I made the and you make a backup of your scenes, but not of your settings, I guess. I think, I don't know actually. Yeah, messing up there. It's because I had to reinstall everything. Oh, here, settings. Settings, audio, there it is. Microphone, yeah, that's correct. Scroll down. No, all of that is not what I need. Oh, there's not a whole lot that I can set here, actually. Advanced, maybe? I thought there were sliders somewhere for your microphone. No, maybe it's just a Windows setting. Could be just a Windows setting actually. I haven't really checked. So let's see, settings, Windows settings. Oh, audio, microphone. Oh, right. Set that to 100. Okay. I've boosted the audio in Windows to 100. It was set to 65 for some reason. Wow, much better. Okay, perfect. Well, that was the setting that I forgot to reset then again. It was just a Windows setting. It turned down the microphone for some strange reason. Isn't that fantastic? So now we're all on a good level then, right? From Raymond to Raymond. All right, excellent. Just one of those things. Yeah, I know. Pro streamer points +1. Yay! Let's make it a moment. But I don't have them. And they're going away again, I hear. Anyway, enjoy a bit of the video while I grab some games to show you. All right? And let me just grab another pepernootje. They already went away.
There's a whole bunch of publishers.
There we go.
A whole bunch of new ones as well.
Yeah, oh, they're already, the moments are already away. Okay.
So we're just gonna go ahead and take a look around and see what's new.
Heavy boxes. Boom. Oh boy. There. All right. Oh. All righty. Germany gets all the cool conventions. Let's see how loud that is, actually. That's fine, I guess. Turn the volume down a bit. That game, Kawali, that's a game I want to review as well, because I love abstract strategies. Maybe this one too, but the Kawali one looks really cool. And they man, Spiel is so cool. Spiel is so cool. This is Ticket to Ride Legacy. I don't know if you can recognize Ticket to Ride with the trains. There's several versions of it, and now they have a legacy version coming out. Hero Quest, look at that! Hero Quest in an actual dungeon. Yeah, Tony, you'll love that. You'll love that. This was a Christmas game. This is Into the Explorers of the Woodlands, which is this game, I've already reviewed this on my channel if you want to know what that is about, but it's a lot of fun. It's a cooperative, kind of like a dungeon crawler. That game I got as well. Sequoia, this is another game from that same publisher, but Sequoia is in my review list. It's not on the stack here even. They had a bunch of cool games. Shadowrun, Takedown, which is also, I believe, a cooperative game. Battletech stuff. It's pretty cool. They were painting things and they were playing war games there as well. Look at that. That looked pretty cool. Here they had a booth where people could play a game. And several booths like that. It was actually pretty cool. Dorfromantik, the board game of the video game. Also a game I'd love to try. Pegasus is basically a German publisher who localizes a lot of games in German. So I usually try to get the original English version or a Dutch localized version. This is Deep Rock Galactic. Oh, and this is pretty fun. Let me just go back here for a second. Deep Rock Galactic is also a board game based on the video game. And I've done a full unboxing of the game on my channel. I have the deluxe edition or the Kickstarter edition, which I got from the publisher. Mood Publishing was there, and they needed some promotion. And I just usually pass by booths and I give people my card. And they immediately asked if I was interested in making some content of their games. And I said, well, sure, tell me something about your game. And it's a cooperative game, which I love. And you're basically, you're dwarves, you're mining in space. And so I said, absolutely, I'll do a full unboxing, which I already did right after the convention, because their Kickstarter for the expansions of this game was still running. So I posted that in time before the end. So, they got a bit of an extra publicity there. And so it's now also on the list to review, which is really cool. And also funny, the gentleman on the left here has an Everything Epic t-shirt. So he was probably working for the company there as well. And that's also a board gaming publisher who make excellent games. Really, really cool thematic games. Most are cooperative. Some are, I think, competitive. But always very, very thematic. And one of them is sadly out of print, but it's called Big Trouble in Little China from the movie. And it's such a good game. I reviewed that one as well. And it's such a good game. It's a love letter to the movie. And so Everything Epic is always on my radar. And it was pretty cool to see him playing this, because this is also a very thematic game. So that was pretty cool. Not the owner, actually. I don't know who this is. He might have just been working or have been a friend who flew over with the publisher. I don't know. I don't recognize him. But this is also a really cool company. Trains are awesome, yeah. And in board game news, my municipal has actually created a game basing on Monopoly surrounding a big area of the municipality, Echo Alpha says. Based on Monopoly surrounding a big area of the municipality. Okay. So it's not an actual Monopoly game, because Monopoly has like 1,000 different versions. Every city in the world, I think, has a Monopoly, and every theme, every possible IP has a Monopoly. Is this called the capitalist housing market? Yeah, I guess not, indeed. Yeah, okay, let's continue. So that was really generous of the people from Mood Publishing to give me their games, because they had big games. It's really cool. It has the layout of Monopoly, but the inner is a big map. Okay. Rock and stone, Amicat. Rock and stone. Indeed. Dungeons of Doria also looked interesting. They also were interested in a review. They didn't have copies to give away there because it's still being manufactured. These are prototypes, I believe. But they have my card, so yeah, I mean, we'll see. Could be nice. And there are so many new games. So many new games. And a lot of them look pretty interesting. So it's always, you know, big fun. It's just an event that is so cool. And I really need to be, like, super selective of what I'm gonna bring home, because there's just so much. Sock and undertone. Hey, beer games. Yeah, it's a deep rock. I think he knows. Some other stuff that they were selling there, which looks pretty cool. Here is Arena of what was it again? Barradoom. Arena of Barradoom again. A pretty fun game. Light. It's a light arena battler, but it was fun. And they didn't fund, sadly, on Kickstarter, so they're gonna reboot sometime, I guess. But it looked interesting, and I hope they fund next time. So for once, I'm actually in a good mood. Oh, yay! Yes, I know, I'm just in a fuckery mood tonight. Might be getting a new job. Oh, did the interview go well? I'm so happy. Was it the one with the kids and you have to... Oh, wait, you told me. There was one where you had to do kind of like board games and war games and painting miniatures and all the cool stuff with kids. Was it that one or is it something else? But any case, congratulations. I hope you get it. Nay, this job was not the really awesome RPG job. Oh, how did that go? Have you heard from them? Oh, that would have been so cool, man. Another miniatures game. Oh yes, this game. Right here. It's a two-player samurai battle card game. No, they haven't written me, but the position is still open online, so that might be maybe why. Okay. Have you... If it's been over a week, get back in touch with them. Just call them up and say, hey, I've been on a job interview, and I was just wondering if there's any news you can share with me, because I'm very much interested in that job. Because that also shows that you're interested and serious about it, you know? If you just wait for them, then they might think, well, he hasn't even called, you know? So call. And just politely ask if there's any news, because you're very interested in that job. And if you get accepted for both, you can pick the one you like the most, or that pays the yeah, well, payment is nice, but do what you like. Because that's you gotta do it for a long time, hopefully, so, you know. Itchy Monkey is a abstract strategy game. This is a great game. This is a big version, though. This is a demo version of a game called Coral. The real version is that big, just smaller blocks. But it's a super fun abstract strategy, basically. And I also have that one to review. By Black Box Adventures. Really cool guys. Also from the Netherlands. They live like 30 kilometers from where I live, so we're really close. So I see them on all the conventions. Woodland Wizards also looked really nice. Yeah, that would be how I mostly do things, but it's not really how it works with municipal jobs, but I will keep in touch with them if they ever reply to my application. Oh, okay, they haven't replied at all yet. Okay. Well, yeah, still, just call them up and ask if there's just any news at all. That at least they'll know that you're serious about it. this, what you're seeing here, that's just one hall out of 6. Spiel is huge. Kapow. That's a game I got to review as well. Looks really cool. You're building your dice and then fighting each other as a superhero and a villain. The interview today was for a privately owned kindergarten, a nice place. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is. It is. And this is just part of Hall 3, because Hall 3 is really big. It's the biggest hall of the 6. Also an interesting game. Played that once. A friend of mine has it. Sorcerer. This, I don't remember. Evenfall. Alright. Snake is also a game that I have in my stack of games to review. It's a roll and write, or a draw and write, because it uses cards. Always fun. This is an abstract strategy game where you don't roll the dice, but you upgrade them to higher values on their sides, and they turn into different troops. Looks really cool, but it's been around for a while. I'm gonna pour myself a cup of tea. Yucatan. House of Cats, which sounded really cool, but I couldn't spy any cats in the game at all. Cup of tea. There we go. Some games look so cool and so interesting, but you never know until you play. I am a sucker for shiny, though. That pour sound, though, hey, cheers. Oh yeah, hang on. Before I forget to tell you, Dante is also a new miniature game coming out, cooperative. And this guy over here on the left, that is Mike. I think his name is Michael as well. If I remember correctly, I think it's Michael, yeah. From King of Average. King of Average is also a YouTube channel who reviews board games. He's huge. He's an American, and he's got lots of followers, and he does that for, well, partially, I think, for a living. And so, yeah, also, if you like thematic games, it's definitely a channel to follow. It's a really cool guy. It was really cool that I actually met him. I've played a game with him before, you know, online with another publisher's game where we were invited, and that was pretty cool. Now I got to meet him, and that was pretty nice as well. He was obviously playing a very thematic game. King of Average, yeah. I don't know. I don't know why he picked that name, but yeah, that's his channel. This also. Really cool looking 2-player abstract strategy game, Orion Jewel by Matago. I want to get my hands on that game. I tried to at Spiel, but I couldn't find anyone from the publisher who was in charge of PR stuff. So I'll have to try through email. Sanctuary is a game that I have. Also pretty cool. Review is on my channel. Also highly strategic. Volfarion is a game I have, but I have not played yet. From Tabula Games. The Breach was a new game. Looks interesting. Sometimes I just take pictures or video of games that just, you know, for the video, for the report. There's just no time to try everything. It's impossible. And some of the booths are really elaborate. I should sit straight. Moorland. Some painted miniatures by Archon Studio. Really cool dragons there. They have the Masters of the Universe games as well. They have Battleground and Battle for Eternia, I think it's called. But I like Battleground better, because it's a miniature arena combat game of good versus evil. Oh, it's so good. This here, look at that map with all the shifting walls. That's never seen that before. This was also a game that was recently on Kickstarter with some huge miniatures. Just looked really cool. I don't know if it is. Here, I'm on the right. I played this game with the designer. And I didn't know it was the designer until after we played. It looks really cool. And you need to get to the other side. That's the goal. The absolute rear part. So this is the rearest right now. But once it's isolated, it gets removed. So these are my rear spots right now. And this is his rearmost spot. But if you isolate it completely, it's removed, so then it's off the table. So yeah, this was a tense moment here. Then now I won, because now I could move back, and then he couldn't move anymore. Lots of abstract strategy games. I'm really on an abstract strategy kick right now. I love those games. There's a lot of them. And they're usually relatively fast. And they can be really thinky. Game about getting to the rear. Oh my. Filth! Filth! Considering how much board games cost to develop, I'm really glad to see so many continuing to be released. Oh yes! There's thousands of games coming out every year. Thousands. And even if only, say, 10 to 20% of those games are actually successful because they're interesting enough, that's still a lot of games. That's more than you can play. Another interesting looking abstract strategy. Don't know what that one was about. This one I have. The card games here on my stack. I got several from that publisher. From Brain Games. It's Explorers of the Woodlands again, but now in German. Castles of Mad King Ludwig. It's an older game. Scram with animals in the forest. The Blueprints of Mad King Ludwig, which is the roll and write or flip and write version, coloring. That's the game we saw earlier at the other convention, Dorian. The RPG-like game. So I've met these guys twice now already. And they also have a sci-fi game that's coming up. This is Dorfromantik from the video game. You're trying to build, your town as good as possible. Seems like fun. Much glorious board gameness, indeed. Only got Monopoly in this household. Well, it's time to change that, Echo Alpha. There's so many good games that you could try. Hence, also a game that is on my channel. And I got several of these smaller boxes to still review. Some of them I didn't like too much. So I don't know if I will review them. Or really short. Some games just look really nice, but always got to ask yourself the question, are they worth trying out? Duelists. I think I've played that before. or at least saw it. This was pretty cool. This was like a giant. I'm such a shame it's not focused on the troll. It was a huge troll on this what was it? This drone basically, and you had to play cards underneath it, and it would react to them. It's crazy. Ah, schmallows, it says there in the back. I never spotted that until now. Oh my god. Crazy Germans. Oink Games, excellent company. The 3D holographic chess, yeah. Oh, this was also fun. This game was a prototype, and I won a copy. I had all these cards, and some of them had a silver, most of them had a silver G on it, the logo, and a few of them had a gold one. If you picked a gold one, you know, face down, then you got a copy of the game. So I said, oh yeah, sure, and I took a gold one. So they, oh, you'll get a copy of the game. Okay. And they also gave me one of the prototypes that they brought to Spiel, so I could already take a look at it before, well, before I got the actual game. But it's being Kickstarter right now. It might already be over. I don't know if I have time to make some content before it's over. I can take some pictures, at least. This is also a great game. Tuned. Lots of fun. It's basically tic-tac-toe, but in 3D, and only the top ones. The top ones count.
It was a very busy convention, just like every year. It's very hectic. It's amazing. You meet lots of people, and I hope you liked my video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up.
I still have my voice somehow.
And I'll see you next time on Board Game Heaven.
So yeah, that was the Spiel report. So yeah, Saints, Patreon Saints there. Give him some credit. All two of them. I had more, but some of them left. So yeah, there you go. That was Spiel. Now let's go to the table. Oh, idiot that I am! Now you can't see me again. So I wanted to copy. Where is it? Where is my cam? Here it is. Copy, and then go here. And paste that here. Boop. There we go. Hi. And move myself over here. And then play with this a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And I think I can mirror it, because now I'll be looking that way, which is going to be weird. That's fine. I can move it. Let me see. So move it down here. Layout frame. There you go. There we go. And oh, but if it's a copy, then I need to actually make a new one, don't I? Otherwise, everything will be flipped. When are we getting holo? Oh yeah, Raymond Luck Stat OP. Please nerf. Is my luck stat overpowered? Why is my luck stat overpowered? What do you mean? I work hard to be able to review games, you know? I'll have you know. Oh, because that one, yeah. True. Yeah. I will still make some content for them, you know, even though I got the game for free and I'm not obliged to do a review. I will still probably at least do some Instagram stuff. Because I like to help indie publishers, you know. Let's see. if I can easily flip it here. Source. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted. Okay, properties. Boom. Oh, what? Could I? Oh, I can still scroll, damn it. Mirror vertically? No. no, that's not what I want. That's weird. It has mirror vertically, but not horizontally. That is... what? That's super strange. From board game to bad game to Australian heaven. Why does it have vertical mirror and not horizontal? What the heck? That's so strange. Oh, here's the thing. Oh boy. Oh, I think I should... Oh, the white balance is automated. Well, it's actually good, because this is too red. But I don't want it to do it automatically. Let's see. If I move it up here, is that better? No, that's very much red. This way, yeah, I need to set it cooler. Let's see, is this better? Oh, come on. Slide. A little bit more. That's good, isn't it? 3000. If I set it to automatic, yeah, it's a little bit less. Let's set it to 3000. Can I just enter that, maybe? No, I can't. Well, this is fine. This is fine. I hope that now at least it doesn't do the thing with the lights that it constantly adjusts. Brightness, contrast, intensity. Okay. Oh, compensation for not enough light. What does that do? Nothing. Seems fine to me. Okay, I'll do that then. I need to do that with the other cam too, because that one, because of the table is white, it usually makes stuff very dark. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is very strange. Why can I not flip it? I want to flip it. Flip it good. That is super strange. Does anyone know where in OBS, stupid thing, I can flip the darn camera? Flip the darn camera. And this one is also, yeah, let's turn that off. Then slide that down. There you go. That is much better. And yes, turn that off. Okay. All right. Okay. Does that have, that should not have audio either? No, that's good. Okay. Well, I don't know. Strangely enough, unless I can, well, you know, if anyone knows, please please let me know if I can actually just flip transform. Yes, here it is. Boop. Ah, found it. And I hope that's per source and not for all the sources. But anyway, okay, so we have some games here, which I'm gonna try and briefly talk about for a bit. And I realize it's actually pretty close to the cam. It's per source. Excellent. All right, so let's start with the... What? Hang on. I need an extra table in the form of a chair, so I can put it next to the table when I'm done. All right, that's the chair. Very well. All right. So first of all, this is Cosmopolite. I should just hold it like this, actually. I can just hold it like this. This is why I'm sitting here, Raymond. Think. Cosmopolite. And that is a cooperative game by a French publisher who print their games in France. So they have small print runs. And it is in French, but it's mostly language independent. Well, it's about language, so it's kind of the point that you don't understand what's on the cards. This is a game where one player is, or I think it changes, but one player places an order from a card, from a menu, but in a random, printed on the card, accent, really. It's a dialect, if you will. And then the player who plays the waiter or the waitress has to remember that, even though they probably don't understand, because it's a different language. And they literally went to different countries, or they looked it up, and they looked up different dialects. So it's not standard, like standard French or standard Spanish or standard whatever. It's going to be very difficult. So you have to kind of deduce what it could have been that they meant. And then the waitress has to take that to the chef. And then the chef has to make the correct meal using cards. And then they have to bring it back to the customer again, and it needs to be correct or something like that. It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be basically a linguistic game, I guess. Like a word game, but with actually sounds. And it's a bit of a frantic party game. I think it's also timed. But it looked very funny. And they said if you could review this, that would be cool. Because they didn't have a lot of content on the game. So, that's one. And it's from a publisher called Jeux au Plat from France. And they also had this game called RIP. And this is based on a French... this way. Why is this so hard? A French comic book, or graphic novel, if you will, called RIP. And it's about a group of burglars who have a guy in like an informant in the police. And every time the police seals off a crime scene, like in a house where there's been a murder or something, then that mole informs the team, and they go there at night to rob the place, basically. Just to rob the place when there's no one there. So that's what the graphic novel is about. And they made a game about that. It's basically also like a card game where you're trying to divide your loot. And is this the way it's supposed to be? The box seems a little ripped on one side, which is thematic. No, it's the same on this side. Okay. All right. So yeah, looked cool. I think it's also language independent because it's numbers and values on the cards. But nice little compact game, so that's always fun. That's something you can review quickly. So that was Jeux au Plat. Pretty cool. You've already seen this one in the video. Kyrie the Jewel. which is a 2-player card game where both players have the same hand of cards. You have like 3 standard attacks, slash with your sword. You have defensive stances, and you have a special or 2 special cards. And you pick one of your cards, you play them face down, and then you both reveal them at the same time. And then you move your samurai over this card in the middle, which has 5 positions. And you do what the card says. So if the card says move forward 1 spot, you move your samurai forward 1 spot. The other player also does what the card says, and maybe they move forward as well. Maybe they move 2 spots. And then your second card is revealed, and that might be an attack. Or the other way around. Maybe you want to attack first and then retreat. So you can choose which actions to do. 2 actions, and then you reveal them. It's basically a little bit of programming, mini programming. And the player who manages to actually hit the opponent twice wins the game. And if you both attack and you're in the same position, then your katanas clang together, so you block. Interesting game, just a fun, quick, quick little dueling game. Liked it. I like the presentation because it comes in this pouch, which is like ancient Japanese wallet. That is basically a pouch where you put in the cards or your money, and then you wrap the cord around. Oh, it looks pretty cool. Hitster, like we saw earlier with the Patrick Hernandez song, is a game about music. You get cards. And on those cards, you can see them on the side here, just square little cards. I don't know why it doesn't want to focus. This camera is a bit weird. But on one side, there's a QR code. So right there. And the cards are, of course, a lot bigger. I can actually show you. This box is already opened. So you get these cards, and every player or team of players take turns, and you scan this with an app, and then it starts playing a song. And if you can guess and at which year, or roughly which year it was released, then you put it on your timeline. You basically start with one card that has a year, and then so you get a second card, and you're saying, well, it's either older or newer than that one that's already on the table. You put it on the table, and you can also guess the artist and the song title. And then you flip it around, and if you were correct about the year, it stays on the table, it's yours. If you were incorrect, it goes away. Other players can also vote. I got a review on my channel of the original Hitster game. It's very simple. And the first person to have 10 cards wins the game. But you can also steal each other's cards if you can guess something correctly that another player didn't. And it gets increasingly difficult, of course, because you get more and more and more years on your timeline, and then you have to put your cards in between them in the right spot. But because it's about music and guessing which song it is, that makes it a lot of fun. It's just so much fun. And this one, the first one was just called Hitster in a black box. And this is Hitster Guilty Pleasures in a colorful box, because it's mostly, the kind of songs, the guilty pleasures, the disco songs, and the boy bands, and the Barbie girl, and the 90s dance stuff. But it is still a lot of fun. There is actually a whole bunch of really good songs in this. Not all of them are bad. So I'm going to be reviewing that as well. I'm going to do that video in Dutch, I believe, because the original already did in English, and it's basically the same games, just different songs. But really looking forward to, well, I have already played it, but yeah, it's great. It's one of the original Hitster video on my channel is actually one of the most viewed videos ever. So cool. All right. Quibbles. Excellent card game. This is really cool, by a Dutch publisher, Game and Biz, designed by Michiel de Wit, who's also a really, really friendly dude. Met him a couple of times. And it's a card game where you're trying to collect, 21 points? Yes, 21 points. And the deck only has cards with a value 1 through 6. So you get 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s. And the trick is that you have cards in your hand, and you can only play a card to the table for your set to get 21 points if you also discard as many cards as the value of the card that you play. So for example, if I want to play a 3, I have to discard at least 3 other 3s. Plus, you have to discard all of them. So if I have more than 4 3s in my hand and I want to play a 3, I discard all the rest. Just minimum 3. Same with the 2, same with the 4. And you can imagine that a 6 is going to be very hard to play because you need 7 6s. You need 1 to play and 6 to discard. And so how do you get those cards? In the middle, you have a market of cards that are open. And when you want to gain cards, then you have to discard 1 card from your hand, just 1. And you can take cards that equal that value, but they have to be multiple cards. So you can't play a 6 and then take all the 6s. You have to play like 2 3s, and then, yeah, you can play multiple cards. Wait, hang on a second. I think, was it that? I might have forgotten. You either, well, in any case, doesn't really matter. It's funny. You have to manage your hand and cleverly decide which cards you're gonna discard in order to gain cards, and then when you have enough, you can play them to your table and then hopefully get 21 points first. So it's a bit of a race too, but everybody's going for the same card, so it's a bit of a mean game too. So you're saving up for something, and then somebody else takes all those cards, and new cards come in. It's a lot of fun. It's really clever. I really liked it. It's pretty quick and pretty light, but yeah, quibbles. Fun card game. So that's on the review list. Got a whole bunch of smaller cards here. I think Imicat is going to like this one. Well, it's a kid's game, though. This is a kid's trick-taking game called Zingazam with a nice little cat on the cover by Brain Games. And it's a game where I think you play your hands blind. So your cards are facing the other player, so everybody can see your cards except you. And you get to look at one card, I believe, and every card has a different effect. So some cards will let you look at another card, some cards will let you swap out cards with other players. There's all kinds of different effects. There's 6 different cards. And I think you just need to get rid of all your cards. Not quite sure. I watched the video of it, but it looked really nice. It's basically a kid's game, but I think it's pretty enjoyable for all ages. So we have that. And Brain Games was very generous. They gave me like their entire collection of small card game boxes. So we have Mimic Octopus. I don't know what that is about, but I think it's a party game. Let's see. Have the craziest conversation of your life and perfect the art of talking past each other with the help of weird quirks and everyday insanity. It's kind of funny. It's probably a word game where you're, talking past each other sounds like fun. So find your team. During the round, subtly introduce your topic and observe whether other players send you similar signals. Everything's allowed, from words to body gestures. If no one responds to your messages, you might be a mimic octopus. It's like Octodad trying to hide the fact that you're an octopus. You use your rhetorical transformation skills to sneak onto a different team unnoticed. Oh, right. I see. So that might be a hilarious party game there. So that's pretty cool. I got Eridanos, which looks really cool. It's about sailors. Will you prevail and deploy your ships smartly to gain control of the mythical islands, or fall for a deception and be devoured by your opponent's mighty dragon? Find out in this game of tactics and deception. So yeah, look, I'm a bit annoyed that it's not focusing. Why is it not focusing? Is it the light? Maybe if I add some light, it will focus better. Hang on a second. Let me see. I have a light here. Let's see if that helps. It seems to focus on this here. All right. So we have. Oh, that helps. I think. Caricum, although, come on, focus. Stupid cams. It's not the best at focusing, is it? I see Mike struggling with this a lot as well. It's just annoying. Screw it. Well, you can see what it's about. It's a caravan of camels or dromedaries. And it's a set collection and matching game. It looked really fun. And this was the game that I saw first at their booth and that I was looking at when they came to talk to me. And then I gave them my card. And something I also really like about this publisher is they don't use shrink wrap. They use this paper around their cards. The boxes have either no insert or a paper insert. Of course, the boxes themselves are cardboard and the rules leaflets as well. And all they have to seal their boxes is basically a bit of tape. So minimum plastic, which I appreciate. Same with this. This is a different publisher. This is Jolly Dutch, and that was, well, Brain Games. This is Jolly Dutch. No, sorry. This is Tucker's Fun Factory from Booster Box, yeah. Also, all of it cardboard, and this is the tape, the little, see that? Little round tapes. That's all they use, all the plastic, and that's good. I'm glad that people are thinking of that. Why are the camels transporting wedding cakes? Well, you'll have to follow my channel and find out after I play it. I don't know. I think it's just packages. But this is a roll and write, as well as Chateau. Looked pretty interesting. There's the pads, and you have to roll and fill in stuff. I wish I would just. Could you just focus, please? Oh, there we go. Just, yeah. So there you go. Yeah, you fill in your building, basically. You're building your castle. Looks really, yeah, fun. I like roll and writes. Another car. Is that the only one? I had another one from Tucker's Fun Factory. Where is it? It's not here. Did I not grab it? Oh, it might still, no. I had it on the table. That's odd. What was the other one? I forget. Well, doesn't really matter. Oh, it's right here. I didn't recognize it because this is an escape room, kind of. And it's a Dutch version, but it's a puzzle escape game. Again, in the same, similar box. So I can play this solo, which is pretty cool. I could actually play this on stream. That would be a nice idea, right? To play an escape room on stream, and you could help. You could backseat all you want. You could play through this together. I think I might do that. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, looking forward to trying that. There we go. Just put that here. This is also a fun little party game. How dare you? How dare you? Basically a daring game. You get questions, and the art is so funny. You get a question like, What's the I don't know. What do we have here? I'll just grab a card. So, not a football question. I don't want a football question. For example, wild animals. How dare you? Indeed. So you get a question, and one of the players picks a number. The active player, the current player, picks a number. For example, says 5. So the number of hours per day a sloth sleeps. And then that player that picked the number, does a guess. And they say, I don't know, per day. So a day has 24 hours. They're awake, a couple of them at least. So maybe they don't even sleep that much because they're just slow. They don't need to sleep that much. So maybe 5 hours. And the next player can say, well, I'm gonna top that. I'm gonna say 6 hours. And then the next player can go over that as well. So you have to increase. And at some point, someone's gonna say a number, and then the next player is like, yeah, I'm not gonna go higher than that. I dare you. And then the previous player, their number, that's the last number, you reveal the card, and then you reveal the back of the card with the answers. And if that player was still under or at the number that's on the card, then the player that dared them gets the card, and they are minus points. And if the player who was dared was over that number, then they get the card, and the minus points are the ducks up here. So you got three ducks. Geese, silly geese, that's it. They're silly geese. So that's it. It's just a whole pack of cards with all kinds of questions, and it's just a silly party game. And I played it a couple of times. It's just silly fun. I love it. I love it. This is a game called Rune, where you put cards on the table and they overlap, and it's easier if I show you. Well, no, I'm not going to show you. Meeples inside. These are the cards, and they have 6 runes on them, and you place them on the table, and they overlap, so you make a landscape of runes of colors that form groups, basically, and you try to get the biggest group of your color, I guess. Something like that. It's a strategic little card game. Don't need to play it. I don't think I have played it. Another one from Brain Games, Carnival. That looks nice, doesn't it? Because it's over the weight limit for the pigeon. What? All right, yeah. What do you mean? An African or European swallow? Oh, pigeon. This just looks very colorful. I have no idea how it plays, but we will review it. And it's ages 7 and up, so it can't be too difficult. It plays in about half an hour. Once a year, peculiar creatures come together to participate in a carnival, and this time you are invited as well. Play creature cards smartly and maybe bluff a little to score the most points for your creatures. I love bluffing. That's fun. So, yeah, another one on the list. Odd Shop. And If It Fits. These two are from Jolly Dutch. Again, look at that logo in the bottom there. That's to indicate, I'm trying to figure out where to hold it, that this is eco-friendly. The plastic around this is biodegradable. It's not like the typical shrink wrap. It's just like foil, and you can just unwrap it and it will dissolve, gradually disintegrate. You could put this entire thing in the ground and eventually it will be gone. Because the rest is just paper. Very good choice, really nice. And Odd Shop is also a bidding game. It's a bidding game where you're trying to get rare artifacts, but some could be fake, some could be forgeries. So yeah, sounded good, and they needed a review, so I accepted. Same with this. If It Fits, I sits. It's a card game where you're putting box cards with boxes on them on the table, and you play your cats in them, And some cards have toys on them as well in the boxes. So if the cats sit in boxes with toys, you score points for them. But you have to be the person with the most cats in a box for you to score that box. If there's other cats in there and you're tied, you get no points. And if it's more than the person with the most cats get the points. Just a quirky little card laying game. And I like cats. So, another one. Here's the one we saw in the video. Plantje Boom, Dutch game. It looks really neat. It's basically a trick-taking game. Kind of, sort of a trick-taking game, but there's some take that involved. You're trying to build your trees, make them green. Seagulls are treasured. So get seagulls then. Pigeons are useless, yes indeed. The flying rats. Very representative of life, really. The one with the most cats wins. Yes indeed, that's true. Such is the way of things. Seagulls are treasured, and indeed, seagulls, we have a command. Oh, damn it. Oh. Seagulls, I can't push.
But the seagulls poking my head, not fun. I said, seagulls, stop it now.
And now you have that song in your head for the rest of the evening. You're welcome. Swaggles. Yeah, exactly. Seagulls with swag. Alright. Plantje Boom. Whoa. Okay, that's gonna fall. I'll put you here. Here is the game that I briefly mentioned in the video as well. Sequoia. I played that yesterday. By All Play Games. Formerly known as BoardGameTables.com, because they made board game tables and then they decided to make board games to play on those tables. Is a dice rolling game where you got 12 cards in the middle of the table representing a forest, and all of those cards have a value from 2 to 12. Is that 12 cards then? That's 11 cards. Yeah, 11 cards. And valued 2 to 12. And every location card, so all of those cards, get randomly assigned a point token. They get a number 1 and a number 2 point token. The number 1 point tokens range from 2 points to 6 points, and the number 2 tokens range, they're all 1, and there's 1 2 point token. I don't know why that is, but okay. And so they have values, and you have your own tokens, these colored tokens. Basically, that's your tree that's growing. There are cross sections of tree stumps. And you have your dice in your color. You secretly roll your dice, 5 dice, d6s. You remove 1, and from the remaining 4, you make 2 groups of 2 dice. And being 2 d6s, the added value is either between 2 or 12. You can roll 2 1s or 2 6s or anything in between. And you choose 2 values from 4 dice, and then everybody reveals what they rolled and what they chose, and then you put 2 of your Sequoia tokens, the colored tree stump tokens, on the matching cards with the locations to 12. And the person with the most Sequoia tokens on one location at the end of the game, when all the chips are placed, they get the point tokens. The number 1 is the tallest tree, gets the number 1 value, and the second tallest tree gets the number 2 value, which isn't worth as much, and the person with the most points wins. Simple little fun dice rolling and clever token placement game. I rather enjoy it. It's super simple. It's quick and simple. And that's what we like. Trio is a new card game, trick-taking game. Don't know how it plays yet, but it was very popular at Spiel. There was a lot to do about this, has been promoted pretty much. So I'm very curious. You need to make trios, sets of 3, I guess. Also get very, very colorful game. Looks really cool. So we got that to try out as well. I still have so many games. quick and simple. Laughs in Battlestar Galactica board game. Yeah, that's a tad more time-consuming and complex. I'm gonna grab me another cup of tea because I am talking so much that my voice is getting raspy. There we go. Oh, that Earl Grey. With a dash of honey. Yes. Alrighty. Cheers. Tea Earl Grey hot, indeed. Not so hot anymore, but still warm enough to drink. Just feel the warmth going through your body. It's so nice. I really like tea. Good. Reinvigorated. Invigorated? Indeed, Kazandar. Tea is superior. Good. Little potion. All right. This is fun. All of them are fun, but this is special. Stereo Mind from Plate, or Platey. I don't know how to pronounce it. I just say Plate. If it would focus. There you go, Plate. And this is I want to say, let me look it up. Korean, yes, it's a Korean company. And they make some really interesting games. That's one of the things I love about Spiel, is that you find companies from all over the world. Japan, Korea, China, just, you know, that's usually publishers you don't see that often, because the only way you would find games from those countries is if they were picked up by a local or European company and then localized, you know, translated and then sold here. And usually they come in a different package or maybe even a completely different title. But at Spiel, they just go there and you get the original games, and that's super cool. And they make some really cool boxes, and I'll show you, because this is a magnet here. See? A nice magnet here. And as you can see already, it has this thematic music speakers inside here. And you fold it open. Wait, this goes like this. And I have to be careful with the components now. So this folds over. You can see the inside of a cassette player. And then this folds open this way. Yeah, okay, it goes this way. And these are cards. I need to put the cards in a Ziploc bag because they're loose. That's why I need to be careful. So this folds open. And there you go. I'll take these out for now. So the cards are cassettes. Cassette tapes. Super cool. And you scan the QR code. You get a YouTube video. I'm going to try something here. You get a YouTube video, and it plays music. Hang on a bit. I'm going to move you guys over here. Oh, does that fit on this monitor? Doesn't fit. Damn it. Okay. If I'm careful. Yeah, good. Now I don't have to look so far every time. So, you got your cassette cards that plays a song on YouTube. It's just music. It's not an existing song, so it's nothing you recognize, but it's music. And there. And the back of the card, then, you flip it over. It has 5 words. 5 words. And the trick is to make an association between the music and one of those words. And then you take your dial and you put it on the number that you associate it with, you know, the word. So fries, for example, would be 2. So I put my dial on 2 secretly, and then all the players who have chosen, they reveal their dials. And if you all have the same number, you score points. You score a card. Which is, of course, going to be difficult with multiple players. But you can play this with 2 players as well. We played it with 2 players, and we actually got a lot of them the same, which is crazy. Because it's not easy. You hear some music and you're like, yeah, how am I gonna associate that with food, or with sea creatures, or with transportations? You know, but somehow you have to think of something. Somehow your mind makes a decision, and it's really strange how often you'll have people with the same associations. That was really crazy playing this. I liked it. So that's Stereo Mind, and all of the Platey games come in boxes like this. So you have an L-shaped board, which is the box. But this one, of course, just has some illustrations because this is a part of the game. But they have different games where the inside of this box is the board. So this is the play board. And inside the box is the pieces, of course. So I find that super, super clever. So you fold that together again, like that, and everything's inside. And this game has a slot here, which you can push in, and you can put your smartphone in there. So you have a stand for your smartphone, which then plays the music. It's just very clever. They thought about this. I like it. So that was pretty cool. And they also have Stereo Mind, other way around, the classical edition, which obviously has classical musical pieces instead of modern music or all kinds of genres. So that as well, that's pretty cool. And they also gave me Moonleap, which is another one of those boxes. And this does have the game board inside. When you fold it open, you can see it here. L-shaped game board with spots on it and the little meeples inside. Come on, camera. Do me a favor. There you go. And it's got little meeples inside it that you can move over the board. And yeah, looks really cool. So, that's plate. All right. Let's see. I don't think I have time to talk about all of them, although maybe we can make it. This is Gasha, from the same guy who made the game with the cards. Well, they're all game with cards. Where is it? Where did I put it? Oh yeah, Quibbles with the bunny cards. Gasha, which, well, this game is made by Jason Levine, but it's published here by Game & Biz. And this is also a set collection game about gacha machines with the balls, with the toys inside. So that's pretty cool. I thought that was pretty funny. And it is fun. We've played it twice, I think, now. And it's pretty cool. I like it. It's a fun game. So this is on the review list. Worth checking out. Gasha. This one is from the same company as the Sequoia game with the tree stumps. Mind Space, also by All Play. And this is a kind of like a roll and write. Does it have dice? Yes, it does. But you roll and you put those dice with the cards that are on the table, which have these Tetris shapes, and then you color those Tetris shapes on your sheet. And you're trying to somehow score points that way. And this is your mind space, right? So you're trying to cleverly fill that in. looked really interesting. And they have all of these small boxes, these small square boxes. They have a lot of them, all with a different theme, different games, with beautiful art on them. I like the art a lot in these series. And that's also something that attracted me to their booth. And I hope to be able to get more of their games in the future. This I got because it was just so good looking. Witchcraft, look at that. Some lovely witches there. Curvy witches. And modern gothic witches. I mean, I love that game with cards. You do, don't you? This is also a game with cards. And with curvy witches. And mushrooms. That's a big mushroom. But yeah, it looked amazing. Beautiful art. And I just think it's a lot of fun. I like the art. And I think it's from it's from King Raccoon. And they are from Germany? Yep. German publisher, King Raccoon. I have a badge, a pin from this company on my pin vest. So that looked nice as well. I want to review that as well. I want to review all of them. Spellbloom I also got from Brain Games. Like I said, Brain Games went crazy. They wanted everything reviewed. So they gave me this. And I don't know what it's about yet. But it's about spells, obviously. Probably set collection, I guess. Cards and points. And well, it looks nice. We will see. Oh, you can't totally not see what I'm holding up here. Oh, and I should just hold it like this, Raymond. There you go. There you go. So, yeah, that's Spellbloom. I don't know what it's about. I just opened it literally a couple of days ago to unbox it. Another game where they use the stickers to close it instead of shrink wrap. That's a good trend. It might be a bit unsafe if you have to ship it far because of moist and stuff. But if you're just gonna get it in a local store right off the shelf, then I think this is an excellent idea. And it's got a lot of stuff inside. It's pretty heavy box. It doesn't have an insert, and it had like recycled Ziploc bags. This is like semi-transparent. It's recycled material. This one I added myself. Wasn't in the game. But it has wooden dice, colored dice, had some boards, a lot of cards. Yeah, looked interesting. Probably one of the more thinky games that I brought from Spiel. Let's put that on the ground here. I got, let's take a look at this one. Flowers Games. Flowers Games is an excellent company. Also I'm looking here. I forget that I put the camera over there. Tim Flowers makes a lot of cool games. Indie company. It's just him and just his family, I think. And I think the art is also his. I believe. He makes this kind of art. There's not a whole lot of art on here. Oh, here's a good example. Oh, jeez, Raymond. Just hold it like this. So, this is the style that he draws in. Oh, if it would only focus. Come on, camera. How come that the camera doesn't pick up on the thing that's right in front of it, instead wants to insist on focusing on stuff that's way in the background? Anyway, I think you get the idea. So, really recognizable art. And I reviewed a couple of games from them. One of them is Burgle Bros, which is a cool cooperative game about a heist. It's just a super fun theme. And Fugitive, which is a two-player game about one of the people from the heist that's trying to get away with the loot, and one person from the FBI that's on their tail. And it's kind of like a game of cat and mouse that's played with cards. It's very clever. Also love it. Superb art. Really cool. so I went by their booth and just to see what was new. And I said, hey, I already reviewed a couple of your games and was wondering if there's anything new. And he said, well, what haven't you played? I said, all the rest. That's yours. I haven't played it. And he said, well, you got to play this. It's an older game, but this is a classic. This is one of his first games. And he said, I think you should play this. I was like, okay, that's cool. So which goes to show that indie publishers, even though they are indie publishers and they need all the publication and all the attention that they can get, they're not afraid to give you an older game to review. Because any publicity is good publicity, I guess. Which is something bigger companies don't do. Bigger companies are, first of all, very selective about their content creators. They'll only send you stuff if you're huge. So I don't have to rely on that. And they only want their latest games to be reviewed. Although I have to admit, I have to be honest here, that some companies that I think that I view as being bigger companies have in the past been very supportive to my channel. And one of them was The Op, which is the publisher of Monopoly as well. But they make a lot of games, and I've met those guys at Spiel once, and they were super cool, and they gave me like 3 or 4 games to review, which I have. And that was pretty cool. But they're like the exception. Companies like Come On or Asmodee are hard to approach. For some reason, it just, yeah. But yeah, that's their policy, and that's fine. So, yeah, you give me this older game, which I haven't played yet, paperback, and it's a deck building game. So, and I love deck building. Yeah. So there you go. This is herbaceous in English, kruidgewas in Dutch. Well, you had me at curvy witches. Yes, indeed. Has several awards. The Dice Tower Seal of Approval and a Golden Geek Award, or nominee. It's a nominee, didn't win. By Quality Beast. Quality Beast is a German-American publisher. Also indie publisher. 2 people. The man is American, the woman is German. And they have a Dutch game designer working for them. So they, that designer, since he's Dutch, also helps them translate their games, localize them into Dutch, which is why I have a Dutch version of Kruidgewas, of Herbaceous. And it's also a set collecting card game about herbs. So, yeah, pretty good. I got that one. And I got it from them because I spoke to them at Spellenspectakel in Utrecht. And I walked by their booth and I saw Quality Beast. And I was like, Quality Beast? They aren't Dutch. Because that was a Dutch convention. And I thought, they aren't Dutch, are they? So I went to talk with them. And indeed, the guy was American. So he explained it to me. And he said, so we kind of do need Dutch reviews, or you can review them in English as well as if you want, but we've localized these and we don't have many videos of those. So if you want, we'll give you the localized games, and there were 3 of them. So he gave me this one, Herbaceous. They gave me a Dino Paradise, which is underneath this game, right here. This one, also, Quality Beast and Pandasaurus over here, originally. They localized it, so it's not something they designed. It's from Pandasaurus, but they localized it. So they wanted a video of that. And this has some really cool components. It's a tile-laying game where you're building a land for dinosaurs to thrive on. It's pretty cool. And what else did they give me? Somewhere on the stack, because this isn't everything. I took a few. This is a selection. Oh, Tribe. Game called Tribe. That's over there. I can actually grab that later on. So I got 3 games from one company to review, which is also pretty nice. So yeah, looking forward to that. And as I always say, and I'll also explain to the people there, so I don't charge for reviews. I do review videos for free because I want to be able to give an honest opinion on my reviews on the games that I play. And because, you know, when companies, when people who review become a company, you know, they do it for a living, they need to charge for it because that's their living. People like the Dice Tower or Rada Runs Through, they make excellent reviews, lots of them too, because that's their living, their income, their job. But that also means they have to charge for it, and they charge a lot from what I hear. It's not cheap to have them review your game. So at some point, you have to ask yourself, so how much truth is in their reviews if they were paid large sums of money? And that's always been a discussion. It's just how objective are reviewers. And, you know, it's just a matter of faith, I guess. You just have to trust them, to be honest. And I think, you know, people like the Dice Tower guys are overall, at least Tom Vassell and Z Garcia, I believe, are pretty objective, because they will burn a game if they feel like it, if they don't think it's good. But there are also, Dice Tower is big. There's lots of people working for Dice Tower, and they make previews as well. And previews are basically just advertisements, just, you know, which is fine. You need those as well as a company, but those aren't reviews. And getting paid for a preview is fine because they're not reviews. You're not sharing an opinion, just showing the game and where people can get it, and that's it. So that's fine. So I will do that as well if I'm asked. I've done this in the past a couple of times, and I'll ask for a donation because, again, I'm not a company. I can't make them I can't charge because I'm doing this as a hobby. But people will donate to the channel over Patreon or Ko-Fi or directly, and that's fine. But for my reviews, I do not want to be paid. I'll just say, I just need a copy of the game, and that's it. I'm doing this as a hobby, so which is why I have a Patreon page. If people, viewers, the consumers of my content, wish to support me when I do, they can, and then they get early access to my videos and their name in the credits and access to videos I make every month for the Patreon specifically. Talking about my board game collection and sometimes about other things. So, and I'm looking into perhaps doing other stuff, like giving away physical things when they've been supporting for a year or more, you know, like a set of dice or something. I'm looking into that. Maybe have an animal pin made of the logo. That would be cool. I don't know what that costs. That's going to be an investment, of course. But for that to happen, I would need lots more supporters. So we'll see how that goes. It hasn't been going too fast right now. I don't know, but it's fine. I still believe that that reviews should be free. That's just the way I look at it, and I will continue doing that for as long as I can. Of course, having more patrons is gonna help in that regard. But anyway, as long as publishers are supportive enough to give games, to donate games, to review, I think I can manage. This is inconversible. Don't know what that means. Inconversible. Because you can't converse about it. You can't talk about. Yeah, it's a game where you can't talk about cards that you play. I guess you have to. It's like which games are similar? A Mysterium, for example, or, well, in Dixit you kind of do say a word. Other games where you play a card and you can't talk about it. Mysterium. It's the only one that comes to mind. But yeah, you kind of also have to, there's a grid of cards, And again, these people were from, this is Underdog Games, also from Korea? I think so. Well, it's made in China, but so are a lot of games. I think this is Korean. But they put a sticker on parts of the box, so I can't really see. But I think if anybody is good at reading Korean, or I think this is Korean, right? It looks Korean to me. Anyway, so I didn't really catch the entire explanation of how the game is played, but it looked like you have this grid of cards, and you have to put cards next to it to indicate. Oh yeah, like Similo. Similo is a good example of a game that works similarly. So you put down a card that either has something in common or not with the row or the column where you place the card, and then the other players have to remove cards that either do or don't match. And it's the idea is that only one card is left, I believe, and it has to be the correct one, otherwise you lose. So it's sort of like cooperative gaming, but one player cannot speak about the cards that they are playing, the hint that they have, which is why it's called inconversible, I guess. And it might actually just be very much like in like Similo, only in Similo you also have like 16, I think also 16 cards, but you can remove any cards anywhere, and here it's like rows and columns. Maybe that's the only difference. So I have one version where the card has to be similar, and another version where the card has to be dissimilar from the cards on the table. I think that's the difference here. And one of them is inconversible. Does it have a subtitle? It does in Korean, so I don't know what it says. Is that actually the same? No. Wow, this is no. I honestly can't tell. But there's two versions of this, and the art looks really cool. So, yeah, looking forward to playing that. I might do a separate unboxing of these, because they look really cool. All right. So, what else do we have here? Kapow! Superhero game. Let me just put these to the side for now. So I can move this here. Boom. Kapow. Game. I have two versions. This is volume 1. There it says volume 1. And there's also volume 2, which I also got from the publisher Wise Wizard Games. Make excellent games. They also make Hero Realms, review on my channel, Star Realms, and, well, several other games, but those are very well known. And I really like Hero Realms. It's a competitive deck building game with a fantasy theme. Star Realms is basically the same, but with a sci-fi theme. And they made this where it's 1 versus 1, so it's a 2-player game. I think it doesn't play in teams. Let's see. No, it's 1 or 2 player. You can even play this solo. But you get a privacy screen that you put in front of you, and in the inside of that screen are basically all the rules and all the dice and what everything does. You get a bunch of dice, and you get a blank die, or 2 blank dice, or 3 even, I believe. A number of blank dice. And they are engineered in such a way that you can build your dice. Yeah, there's 3 each, I believe, like this. You have all of these plastic faces with icons on them, and you can put them on your die. So every turn you can like change your dice, or get new sides, new faces, put them on the die, and your die will get stronger every time. And you can adjust, and you roll dice to deal damage, of course, to your opponent. Basically, that's what you do. And it looked really cool. And of course, you need to take away hit points, and the person who gets knocked out first loses. Really fun theme. I love dice rolling, so I'm looking forward to trying and reviewing this as well. Kapow! Also one of the bigger games that I was given, and actually I was given this a long time ago, because they sent out emails to their content creator mailing lists asking who was interested in reviewing Kapow. So I replied, and this was well before Spiel. So I replied and said, yeah, sure, that looks really cool. I love dice games. I also like Dice Throne, if you know that game. It's excellent. And they said they had shipped it, but never arrived. And so I met them at Spiel, and I told them, so have you shipped it? Because it never arrived, and I would feel bad if it got lost, because, you know, it's a pretty big game. And they said, well, no, you're not the only one who asked, because apparently the person working for them doing all the PR and the shipping had to take time off because of personal problems or family problems, something like that, and couldn't finish their workload. So stuff got left. And they said, well, you know what, just take him here from Spiel, just take him home with you, and we don't have to ship him anymore. And I was like, yeah, excellent. So that was really, really kind of them. So, yeah, looking forward to trying that. Marvel United, I guess this is a pretty well-known game. I think many of you perhaps already know it. Is a cooperative game where you're playing the Marvel heroes fighting against a number of villains. And it has some really cool chibi miniatures in the box. The blue ones are, of course, the heroes. Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, Hulk, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man, and the Wasp. They didn't put the names under these, but that's odd. These have names and these don't. But anyway, you got Red Skull, Ultron, and Taskmaster. Those are the bad guys in this game. But there's lots of expansions for this game. And there's also a Marvel United X-Men edition, which I'm looking forward to as well. So 1 to 4 players, and it looks very colorful, and I think it's very fun. It's been received well. It's been around for a while by CMON in English, and now that there is a Dutch edition, I met the Dutch publisher, and actually Belgian publisher, yeah, but Flemish. So talked with him, and he agreed to give me a copy in exchange for a review. So I'm going to do that in Dutch as well, because there's already plenty of English reviews out there. So that'll be fun for a change. And yeah, really cool looking game. So some smaller ones then. This was also super cool. Oh, really happy with this one. This was the first game I played at Spiel. It's called Triversy, and it's basically Reversy. If you know that one, Reversy is a abstract strategy for 2 players, where you place your discs, and they are colored black and white on both sides, black, white, and you flip over the ones in between the chips that you play. So if you have a white one here, and there's black here, and I put up another white one here, I flip those over to the white side, and those are then mine, and somebody else puts chips on the board, and you keep flipping over. So Reversy. This is Triversy, which plays for 3 players. So it means it's only for 3 players, but you have 3 colors, you have all of these chips with either, the red chips have either blue or yellow on the other side, etc., etc. And it's very interesting. I played it with the designer and somebody else who was working for the company. Japanese people, really cool. I love that you can play games with people from so far away, different languages. Board games bring people together. He even signed the box for me. Kenichi Kunimoto. So cool. In Japanese as well. So these are the tokens. Got their card, the rule book. And yeah, it's just a super cool game. Really fun company as well. Company's called Creative House Cues. They often have, names that are what's the word? Don't want to say strange, but just a little bit. I can't find the word. There's a fitting word for it. but a bit, yeah, irregular, I guess. And there's actually a typo on the back. I see now. It says Trivarsy here instead of Traversy, but it is Triversy. Made an error on the sticker, because this is a sticker. I guess if you peel this off, you get the Japanese text. But yeah, really cool. And this company, so if you want to look up Creative House Cues on Instagram, they're on Instagram, just type CQS, I think CQS Games, or _ games. And they were so friendly and so cool, and that I got to play the game with them, and they gave me a copy to review, which I will in due time. And I already posted some shots on Instagram, and I also have shots of this in the, I think it was in the video. I also have an album on my Facebook page with the pictures I took. And they've been super actively liking my posts on Instagram and Facebook and everything. And it's just so much fun. It's just so heartwarming that a company is so happy with any coverage they get, you know, from people in Europe or America, you know, different parts of the world. And yeah, that's just very motivating to see that people are so happy with coverage. Whoa, it's gonna fall over. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Stay. Okay. I've not been stacking these very safely. Does this fit here? That fits there. All right. So yeah, cool. We got another company that's pretty awesome. Loosey Goosey Games from Germany, who are a company who make, well, light games. Let's just say, yeah, pretty much light games, sort of like party games, not all of them, just light filler games. That's not for everyone, I guess. Some people want a little bit more crunchy games, or you know, just, but I like, you know, fillers. I love having a game that you can play in 5 to 10 minutes in between sometime, or in your breaks. And these guys make some really fun thematic games. I've already reviewed a couple of them. Some of them I have filmed, but I still need to edit, so they will be coming in the next couple of months. And these are 2 new ones. And one of the first games I reviewed from them was called Bag of Butts, which is a very simple game, but it was mostly a luck-based game. But it was okay. It was funny. And another one that I have in the works is Chinchilla Dice. I think I recently posted that just last week. Chinchilla Dice, also from Loosey Goosey Games. And I've got Luck Tales, which is about ducks. Yeah, Luck Tales. But it's basically a bidding game as well. Bidding, bluffing game. That was actually quite fun. So that's in the works. That's 3 of them already done. And these are 2 new ones. And one of them is Lunar Laser Frogs, which is a card game and dice game. So let's see. You got dice featuring icons in 3 colors, as well as blank faces. When it's your turn, you roll 3 times to cost all 6 dice, so like Yahtzee. At the same time, and even before you are finished, each other player tosses 1 face-down card onto a shared pile. The fastest opponent to play a particular color will get 1 point per matching die. However, if you do not roll a particular color at all, it will be lasered onto every die and suddenly be worth 6 points. You know, if that already tells you what the heck. So it's about rolling dice fast, tossing cards on the table. It's probably a very hectic game. So definitely not for everyone. It's a game for 3 to 8 players. There's a party element in this. It's just silly fun. And I like that. I like the presentation as well. Hey, Amiga Cami, welcome in. Welcome in. Ah, so good of you to be on the stream here. Hail. I was just talking about my Spiel Essen loot, the board games, and it's a huge. And this isn't even everything. I've already covered about 30 games, I think. I brought 47 games and expansions. Some of them were expansions, but 47 like separate titles from Spiel back home, and all except one or two of them were donated by the publishers to get reviewed on my channel, which, you know, blows me away every time. I'm so grateful for that. It's just so cool. And a couple of them I just bought because I wanted to have it, and or expansions that I wanted for games that I already have. And I've also been to a Belgian and a Dutch convention about the time of Spiel. One was before and one was after. And I brought, you know, a handful of games there back home as well. So I must have about, I think in total, about 55 games to review. So if I review one game a week, I'll have coverage for an entire year. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And I realize I used to have captions. And I don't have captions. Oh, do you have captions, Cami? Is there a way that you can watch the stream with captions? Because Oh, you use your own captions. Okay, good. Good. I just realized. I used to have them, but they stopped working. But I did see Mr. STJ posts a short on Instagram about new captions. So I should watch that video and set it up again. At least 90% of streams don't have them, so I need my own solution. Yeah, I can imagine. I used to have captions, but they weren't super accurate. So I would have some funny words in between the captions now and then. And I had to manually activate them on a website because it was an external website, and I had to go there and log in and then turn on captions because I'm streaming now, and then it was a hassle. So I hope Mr. STJ will have a better solution for me. So anyway, welcome in, and I hope you're doing well. Surfosaurus Max is also a game from Loosey Goosey Games, which is, what was this about? They got suits. 7 suits of cards with values 1 to 12. But the higher the card, the fewer victory points they have. And when it's your turn, play a single hand card and draw a new one immediately. Once the right number of cards has been reached, the one strongest possible combination out of all the cards played by all the players wins. So it's about combinations. If you contributed a card to the winning combination, you get to score it. Yeah, so like a trick-taking game. It's sort of like a variation on trick-taking. With a quirky theme, as always, from Loosey Goosey. Surfosaurus Max with very bright neon colors. So yeah, another fun, quirky game to look out to. This is one I bought. Lux. I don't need to review this one. I just bought it because I wanted it. It's a solo game where you're an astronaut on a broken down spaceship that's being pulled into a black hole. And you need to fix your ship and get out of there. And basically your ship is a deck of cards with all kinds of systems on the cards. So you draw a card. It says, hey, this and that is broken. And you need to, I think, play cards or roll dice and do things. Manage your resources, basically, to get your ship working again, parts of your ship working again. It's like, you know, the spinning plates, where you have to keep up as many plates as you can, but probably not all of them. All of the systems will be working perfectly as long as they just don't break down. then you'll be fine, right? And if you manage to keep them all spinning in the air long enough till the deck of cards runs out, then you're out of there. But if some point you can't escape anymore, well, then the black hole consumes you and you've lost. But I like that concept, but I also really like the artwork. It looks a bit comic book-like, right? The graphic novel style. And so I just wanted to have it. So I just bought it. There you go. And the final ones that I'll talk about before I probably should... Well, there's a couple more I can grab. Tucana Builders is a tile-laying game that is basically the sequel to Trails of Tucana. Yeah. Trails of Tucana was a roll and write game, which, well, not roll and write means you have dice, you roll the dice, and you have to fill in stuff on a sheet. This was a draw and write game where you draw a card, and you look at the card, and you do what it says, and then you fill in something on your island. You had an island with hexes, hexagons, and on that island you drew paths. And you needed to connect certain points on your island with each other, and that would get you points. This is basically the same, but here you don't draw them, you put tiles on your map. And yeah, so the idea is more or less the same, but it plays a little bit differently. And bigger components, obviously. So this is new, originally by Aporta Games, localized in Dutch by Jumping Turtle Games, and they asked if I wanted to review this, and it looks really nice and colorful, and I like the concept, so yeah, I said, yes, please. So that was good. This one is also pretty cool. Big game, well, big box. Avalam, let me put it there. It's an abstract strategy game. This is basically the board. It's as big as the box. I can actually just show it because it's not that... doesn't have that many components. Put this down. So this is the board. Can't help but think that the camera is a little bit bluish. Let me just adjust. Let me hang on here. I now know where to do it. I just found out. So white balance. Let me move this out of the way so I can see. White balance. Boop. Come on. Come on, move. Is this better? Yeah, this is a bit warmer, right? Like that. Okay. Good. And so this is the board. Just a literal flat wooden board with holes in it, asymmetrical, and you have these pieces, right? So you have black and orange in this case, but the game actually was available in all kinds of colors. Even the board, white board, was available in different colors, but I just got the standard edition because I got it for free to review. And but it looked really cool. And the thing is, you're putting these tiles, these discs, on the board, and they have this shape. They have a knob, a nubbin on the bottom and a hole on the top, so you can stack them. So you put them here on the board somewhere, and you start out filling the board like this. So like a checkers board, basically, you know, orange, black, orange, black, orange, black, etc. And then, once the game board is full, that's how you start, you pick up pieces and you can move them in any direction, one space. So you can go here, or here, or here, and you're going to be putting your pieces on top of other pieces that are already on the board. So you're creating little towers. And you can't move to an empty space, so the board will get emptier and emptier as the towers grow. And your options of movement will be lesser and lesser. And a tower, a stack, can only be 5 pieces maximum. And the color on top of the tower is the color. Yeah, you own. If that's your color, you own that tower, and it's about getting the most towers. And when a tower gets isolated from other pieces, like this, you know, when there's no more discs around it, when this is all empty, then other discs which are in different spots can't reach anymore. They can't go there because you can't go into empty spots. So when the tower is isolated, it's done. And it doesn't have to be 5. It could be 1. It could be 2 or 3 or 4. So that's also a strategy you need to keep in mind. You want to isolate towers and have your color on top, because then that's safe. That's your tower. Nobody can touch it anymore. And it just goes on until there's no more movement left, and then you count your towers versus the other player's towers, and the person with the most towers wins. Which I think is such a simple concept and so nicely executed that I played a game at Spiel with one of the people there, and I asked them, do you have any reviews of this? And would you like a review? Because I love abstract strategy games. I'm really on a bit of an abstract strategy kick lately. And so they said, yeah, because we're looking for more distributors of the game. So this is a French or Belgian? Was it I think it's a Walloon Belgian, so French-speaking Belgian company. And they didn't have any distributors of their game in the Netherlands or Germany, or they were looking for more. So I said, well, I can put in a good word for you. So I'll probably review this in Dutch as well, maybe in both languages, because it's not a difficult game. I can probably whip up a review recording in both languages pretty quickly. You know, bigger games are more work. This should be simple enough, and hopefully they'll get picked up by another company. So, you know, yeah, and that's the games on this stack. Let me just grab a drink. Because all the talking, I'm not used to talking that much anymore. I haven't streamed in a while. All right, let me grab just a couple of other titles to show you. Yes, this one. Okay. Oh yeah. A couple, he said. Bomb. Oof. There we go. Oh. All right, let me catch up with the chat here. Oh, I'm behind. So, I got a little bit of flashing eye problem. Don't know if you've ever had that. As a kid, I used to have migraines, and I'm a bit light sensitive. So when I look into light too long or screen, I get this kind of like kaleidoscope vision, you know, like flashing kaleidoscope colors that just are there in front of my vision, which makes it hard to read stuff. And I used to have migraines because of that as a kid, like really bad headaches. Now, fortunately, I don't have that anymore. I'm headache free, but I still see the flashes, which makes it a bit hard to see what's been written in there, but I can read. So let me see. Has it only been 30? 30 what, Kazandar? Did I miss, or have I said something that I just forgot again? 30. What was 30? I don't know. It's awesome. Oh yeah, the captions. I read that. Sadly, yeah, inaccurate. Yeah, pretty simple fun. It does, and they're deceptively. They look simple, but they can be pretty clever. These abstract strategies. That's why I like them so much. You're playing them thinking, "Oh, this is simple. You can explain the rules in 2 minutes." And you're like, "Oh, I can do that," and then you start playing, and you're like, "Oh, wait a second. I didn't see that happening." And somebody makes a move, right? And a clever move, and you're like, "Oh, I didn't see that coming." Or you can see a move for yourself, and you're thinking, "Oh, if I do this, then..." And I love that. Just getting your head around the strategies that you can use is a lot of fun to me. All right, since it's not 10 p.m. here yet, I'll continue with a few more games. Dragon's Nest, new game by Hectic Games. I had not heard of them. I think they're new. Hectic Games, it says so here as well. Imported by El Fuego, by Slovenska. Slovenia. And let me just read that up close if I still can. Dragon's Nest is a game of fast logic in which you bundle up eggs together with the players adjacent. Oh, right, yes. You've got your left and your right player, and you're making a nest of eggs in between your left and your right player. So you have two nests, and they are adding cards to those eggs to those nests as well, but you have certain victory conditions. So you score points for putting certain eggs into your nests, but the other players on your left and your right, they have different goals. So they're gonna put different eggs in there, and you might not want that. That might be negative points for you, right? So that's a bit of back and forth. And it reminded me of Between Two Cities, I think the game's called, which I played once years ago. It's called Between Two Cities, where you're building a city, also with tiles, also to your left and your right, with your two neighbors. And maybe you want to make parks in your city, or you want to have your housing next to the parks, and you want to have your industrial area away from the housing, because that's negative points. But the other player might have different goals, and they're gonna build the city differently than you are. So it's kind of the same idea, but I think this is a simpler version with just cards. So yeah, I might actually prefer the other game over this, but we'll see. We'll see. I haven't played it yet. So that was that. We got Last Bug Standing in the Circle of Doom. That's quite an elaborate title. Not a fan of the art. To be honest, I think the art is a bit... Yeah. No, not my style. But, different tastes. But the game sounded fun. This was from a company that needed a review from this, because this was new. And it's from the same company that made the Lux Eternum, or Eterna, with the spaceship in the black hole. Same company. And this is basically a bit of a programming game where you've got a vehicle. You're exploring, I guess. You got a vehicle on a grid, and you're programming your vehicle to move over that grid. And where you land, that determines whether something moves on a circle. You've got a circle of tokens with all kinds of little monsters, insects, basically, big insects, big bugs. And your vehicle will gather them or something, a species. I don't know, you're explorers or you're scientists. And I only got a brief explanation. But in any case, you're removing creatures from that circle of creatures, and one of those creatures is your mascot or something. The creature that you want to have the most of, because that's points. And so you're trying to remove other creatures, but you don't want to basically give away which creature is yours, because then all the other players will be removing those creatures as well. So you kind of want to spread it out a bit, and hopefully they'll leave yours alone. But at some point, of course, by the end of the game, everybody's going to be attacking everyone, and you might know who has which mascot, if you will. So, yeah, it sounded okay. And I agreed on doing a review, so that's on the list as well. Some smaller games here. We got Tinder Blocks, which is a dexterity game. This has a lot of small components, as you can see here. Just little wooden blocks in different colors, which represent wood logs and fire. And you get some tweezers in this, and you have to place them in certain configurations that are in cards. So you draw cards. Cards tell you what to build, and you're building a campfire. Just a silly dexterity game, but it looks so nice in the little tin box. And they had 3 different versions of this. Would you believe it? But this is a real quick game, so that's easy to review. Certainly gonna do that. Got 2 fun party games right here. These 2 card games are from what's the company called again? Design X Play. Also from Korea, I believe. Doesn't say, but I believe they were also from Korea. Super friendly people. And this is basically, there's 2 different versions of the game. One is about art, one is about music. They have cards. Is this open? Yes, I can. Oh, I cannot show you, but I can remove the shrink wrap, I guess, if I can get my nails underneath that plastic. Let me just use... Can I use a pen? Not really. But anyway, you get a bunch of cards. You put all of them on the table. I feel I came at the right time, Rush Pirate. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. You're actually at the end. I've gone through almost my entire pile of loot from 3 different gaming conventions. One of them, which was Spiel in Essen in Germany, which is the biggest board gaming convention in the world. And I review games, as you perhaps know. And every year I bring home a lot of games to review. And I'm actually being pretty selective, because you have to draw a line somewhere. You can't review them all. There's thousands of games. So I'm pretty selective, and I prepare myself by looking at what's new before I go there, and then I have a map of all the halls. There are like 6 huge convention halls filled with publishers from all over the world. And I just talk to the ones that I think have games that interest me. And usually they'll happily give you games to review, because they know my channel, and people like what I do, which is very rewarding. And yeah, it's just so much fun, and I love talking to them, and finding out what's new, and doing interviews, and doing posts on Instagram, and then eventually reviewing the game proper on YouTube. So here we go. This is one of the games. So I played this. You got all of these. Oh wait, this side up. So here it says Moonlight Sonata, Beethoven. It says Emperor's Waltz by Johann Strauss. It says Autumn by Vivaldi, The Four Seasons. So basically there's a visual representation of classical music, which in itself is pretty impressive by the artists. I mean, that's takes some imagination. And so they made cards. You put them all on the table. There's an app. And the app, every turn, it plays a song randomly. First person to point out the card that they hear, if they think they know what it is, they can check that on the app. They can say, well, I think this is this song. And you check it on the app. And it even has some interesting info on the back about the musical pieces. And then the app will tell you if it's the song or not. If you were correct, you keep the card. If you were wrong, you put it back on the table. Simple as that. But the app keeps track of the misses, because those are minus points. And because you indicate which player you are. You all have your own avatar in the app. So you say, well, this is me, and I say this is this song. If you were correct, you get a point. If you were wrong, you lose a point. And there's some difficulty settings in the app as well. But that's basically it. And it's just a super fun party game. And I loved how it looked. I love music. I mean, I'm not a huge classical music buff or anything at all, but it was fun. It was really cool. And they made one for classical music, which I guess is the more difficult one. And they made one of famous works of art. So you have all these works of art on the cards, basically just the paintings on the cards, and the app shows you a fragment of a painting. Just shows you a little fragment, so it's basically just matching. You're looking at the fragment, then you're looking over the cards. Eventually, you will find it. But if you're a bit of an art, and if you know something about modern, or not necessarily modern art, but art from the past, 200 years, I guess, maybe older. And there's like Rembrandt and I can actually have a look. Is this still closed? Oh, the cards are, of course, also the shrink wrap. There's like Salvador Dali, Rembrandt. There's what's his name? Starry Night. It's tip of my tongue. Red-haired guy, cut off it. Vincent van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh, actually, in Dutch. The Scream by Munch. So, yeah, you have all of those. These are well-known works of art, right? So if you have a little bit of a cultural upbringing, you'll probably know them. So that's fun as well. I played it with the designer and with the illustrator. She was also there, and I was just blown away by how good this looks. And she was so happy to hear that. It was just so wholesome. That they gave me both games to try and play, and I'm really looking forward to playing all these games. Not just because I like the games, but also because I kind of want to hear back from the designers of those games what they thought of my review. And I'm not paid for my reviews. I do them all for free, so I can give my own unbiased and as objective as possible opinion on the game. But since I am pretty selective, because you can't review everything, most of these games are games that I've already looked at before going to Spiel, and I kind of know what I like and what I don't like. Sometimes some publishers will just give you a bunch of games and there's new stuff in there and you don't know if you're gonna like it or not. So yeah, sometimes there are some surprises, but mostly, a game has to be really bad for me to just say, okay, I'm not gonna review this is horrible, because I do not like making a negative review. You're helping nobody with that, least of all the publisher, of course, and it just costs time, and it's not worth it. But I will say in my reviews what I like and don't like about a game. If there is something I feel should have been improved, I will highlight that. So I try to be as objective as possible. But I love hearing back. It's just really rewarding when you make a review and then out of the blue, the designer of the game sends you a message and says, "Oh man, I really liked your review and you explained the rules so well, and you did a good job." that makes my day, man. So this is Beacon Patrol, which is a very zen tile laying game. It's reminiscent of Carcassonne, but it's not competitive. It's cooperative. So, you know, that's new. That sounded interesting. Pandasaurus Games published this. It's something I really want to try as well. I'll probably put this high on my stack. And finally, the flip and write Snake by Suncore Games. Also a fun company. They have some pretty cool titles, interesting titles. And I think this is one of their lighter ones. Again, you draw a card and you draw something literally on a pad. Let's see what it says. It says, "Welcome to Snake, the entertaining flip and write game for the whole family." Snake your... Oh yes, it's like the old-fashioned video game Snake, you know, where the snake grows when it eats apples, and you can't eat your own tail. What else does it say? Snake your way through different... That's a very strange way to cut off a word there. TH-ROUGH. Okay. Snake your way through different locations using acquired skills, eat lots of fresh apples, and grow up to be the longest snake. But be careful not to bite yourself and get eliminated. So it's basically the board game of the classic video game. It's silly enough. But yeah, it looks really nice. Nice artwork, nice components. So we have that as well. So yeah, there's a lot of games that I will be reviewing in the coming year. I will be busy for a while, which is excellent. You know, that is just... I just want to really appreciate that for a moment. That there's companies out there that are super supportive when you're a content creator, you know, reviewer, and that even though my channel isn't that big, I'm very close to 2,000 subscribers, which is a milestone for me. I do get a lot more views. You know, if everybody who watched even one of my videos, or just, you know, skips through it even, all of that gets registered by YouTube. If they would all subscribe, I would have like 30 to 40,000 subscribers. But for some reason, only a small percentage of all the people who visit your channel subscribe. And I mean, I get that. You don't want to subscribe to everything you watch on YouTube. And sometimes you just want to look up how to play a game and that's it. I get that. And there's hundreds of reviewers of board games out there. So you're not going to subscribe to all of them. But, you know, sometimes you think, just a little more. But even when your channel is relatively small, most publishers I talk to are just so supportive, and I just want to say thank you to all those publishers and game designers for doing that, because it's because of them that these channels exist, you know, and people can give their honest review, and that helps other people make a decision whether a game is for them or not, you know, if that's what they're looking for. So yeah, okay, let me just put the webcam back to where it was so I can turn around again. Put my little plushie back on the monitor. My plushies. All right. So let's head back to the cam here. Back, yeah, indeed, it is not mirrored in all the scenes. Excellent. So that was biggest part. I'm gonna turn off the light here because it's pretty bright. Oh, I lost a screw. I got a screw loose. There we go. Voila. Whew, that's better. Bright light. Okay. Right. And it's past 10. I'm getting a bit tired. So, that was most of the loot from Spiel, and a bit of a report of what I did there and who I spoke to, and I hope you enjoyed that. I did. I liked having been there, and I like doing a report on it. So stuff is on my channel as well, and there will be more. There will be a lot more stuff on my channel regarding board games. So that's the channel there, and I can actually should be able to post. Are we rating the Babel? Let me just see who's on. It's certainly an option. So if you're not already a follower or a subscriber to my YouTube channel, that's the link. I just posted the link in the chat. You can just click it and subscribe there. I am this close to 2,000. Thanks for sharing your amazing experience and your rad haul. Well, thank you for being here and witnessing it, Amiga Cami and everybody else. Thanks for the board gaming review stream, BGH. Y'all be good now, you hear? Till next time, stay safe. Bye all. You hang around for the raid. Hang around. Yes, Kazandar, I know you're subscribed. Thank you. Let me see. First of all, I need to check who is on. Who is on? So Billion Babel is on. Artyom Havoc is on. Oh, there's so many people on. Fraz Wars, D-Tech Gaming, Jogresk, Mr. Guybrush. One Up Jack is on. Dark Saber. Shall we raid Billiam? Well, let me just see what he's doing. If he's still on for a bit. Oh, damn commercials, ads. At least it's pre-roll ads. I also have pre-roll ads. So when you come in, you get an ad, and that's it. That should be it for the rest of the stream. So, can't stand ads. I just want to get it over with and then enjoy a stream. So that's what you get at my stream, I hope. Unless they changed something. Let me see what he's doing. Just babbling. Oh, and he's got puzzles again, yeah. He's been up for an hour and a half, so he's probably gonna be doing more stuff. Let's see who else is on. Is Angel on? No. Yes. Is Angel on? Why is it not showing? Let me refresh this page. I just opened this. No, Angel is not on. It just went off, I guess. Yeah, Hazemaker. Oh, it's always a rough decision to pick because I love them all. Love them all. All right, let me see my list here. William Babel, I rated them 6 times already. I should actually put dates in that list so I know who I rated, last or long ago. Because, Fraz War. Haven't rated Fraz in a while. And I've only rated Fraz twice. Fraz is playing chess. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I hope you don't mind. I'm gonna rate Fraz because it's been a long while since I rated Fraz War. But you can still go to Billion Babel if you want to. You know what? I'm gonna give Bill a shout out. Because Bill is excellent. Where's my... Here it is. What? Oh, crap. That's not what I wanted. Go away. The audacity? I want to enable pre-rolls, but I also want people to see my awesome raid trigger. Woe is me. Oh, that's right, of course. That is when you raid in, then everybody who isn't subscribed gets the pre-roll ad. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I also have an awesome raid trigger. Has to do with hobbits and transformers, depending on the number of raiders, actually. Wait. Let me give a shout out to Billiam Babele.
There he is again. There's the fucking Cavalier again.
Filth!
I mean, that was the worst thing about it. Sorry, stop it, Will. Stop it.
Yes, Will.
There are all these classes in the cartoon.
Never
They're only available in the Last Arcana.
Will is normally a very sophisticated gentleman, and he does not swear. Of course, the clip I pull is him swearing. It's kind of funny. And of course, also should do a shout out for Amiga Cami, who graced us with her presence. Let's see. Oh, no clips. Aww. And you just arrived in time for the... Yes, Game Dev Jeff. Hey, welcome in, man. Who graced us with her Amiga-ness, indeed. The Amiga, best of all retro platforms, of course. I had an Amiga as a kid after the Commodore 64. Oh, man, I love that machine. That Amiga was so good. Excellent. Right. Let's see. Can I put up some credits here? Because we had some really generous gift subs by Tony, mostly, I think. Let's see. So, stream credits. There they go. We got, and I can already put in the raid. Yes, that's it. So, Draconic Dude, thank you for the follow. Echo Alpha, thank you for the bit. Babylon Zool, thank you for subscribing. I think that was an automatic. No, was gifted. Yes, was gifted, right? By Tony. Draconic Dude got gifted. Echo Alpha. Let's see, was it all Emicat? I think it was all Tony. I can scroll back through the activity feed here. So, Tony, yes, to Echo Alpha. Tony for himself. Tony for Draconic Dude, and Tony for Emicat. Yeah, that's it. We got a raid from Babylon Zool right at the start. We got a... Yes, we do have a raid message. Here it is. Copy paste that. If you do not have the BGH emote, you can unlock it for just 100 channel points if you wish to use it. Otherwise, just copy the first bit with the raid and the heavenly raid and just paste that a couple of times. Whatever you want. But you can. The BGH 9000. Yes, indeed. So, well, thank you everybody again for having been here after that long time of absence because of all the stuff I did. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and it was really fun chatting with you and seeing you all again here. Thank you so much for that, and I'll see you next time. Say hi to Fraz. Bye.